June 2025 is packed with exciting new movies hitting theaters for the very first time, from epic blockbusters to indie surprises you won't want to miss. In this video, we're breaking down the most anticipated releases coming to the big screen this month. If you love movies and want to stay up to date with the latest releases, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Next up is one of the most unique films of the summer, The Phoenician Scheme. This one's a dark espionage comedy directed by Wes Anderson and co-written with Roman Coppola. It follows Anatole Korda, an eccentric arms dealer who barely survives an assassination attempt and decides to pass his empire down to his daughter, Sister Liesel, while he regroups behind the scenes. As you'd expect from Wes Anderson, the film is stylish, quirky, and full of dry humor, and the cast is stacked. Benicio del Toro, Scarlett Johansson, Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Hanks, Michael Cera, Riz Ahmed, and more all bring this offbeat world to life. The Phoenician Scheme was released in US theaters on May 30th, so it's still fresh in cinemas this June. Another high-octane release this June is Ballerina, an action-packed thriller set in the John Wick universe. Directed by Len Wiseman and written by Shay Hatton, this film follows Eve Macarro, a ballerina-turned-assassin played by Ana de Armas, who was trained by the deadly Ruska Roma syndicate. She's on a mission for revenge after her father's death, and the result is a brutal journey through a world of elite killers and non-stop combat. And yes, John Wick fans will be thrilled to see familiar faces. Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, Anjelica Huston, Norman Reedus, and Gabriel Byrne all appear, along with Lance Reddick in his powerful final screen performance. If you're into stylish, choreographed action and gritty vengeance stories, Ballerina is one you won't want to miss in theaters this June. Switching gears to something more emotional and thought-provoking, let's talk about the life of Chuck. This sci-fi drama comes from writer-director Mike Flanagan and is based on Stephen King's 2020 novella. The film is told in 3 distinct chapters, each offering a different glimpse into the life and death of Charles Chuck Krantz, played by Tom Hiddleston. It's a deeply human story with a touch of the surreal, blending existential themes and emotional storytelling in a way only Flanagan and King could pull off. The supporting cast is equally strong, featuring Chiwetel Ejiofor, Karen Gillan, Jacob Tremblay, and Mark Hamill. If you're looking for something more introspective and character-driven this June, The Life of Chuck should definitely be on your radar. Next on the list is The Ritual, a chilling supernatural horror thriller hitting theaters this June. Directed by David Middle, the film is inspired by the real-life exorcism of Emma Schmidt, one of the most documented demonic possession cases in American history. The story centers on 2 priests, Father Theophilus Reisinger, played by Al Pacino, and Father Joseph Steiger, played by Dan Stevens, who must set aside their personal differences to confront an evil beyond comprehension. Dark, intense, and rooted in true events, The Ritual promises to be a gripping addition to this year's horror lineup. One of the most anticipated family films this June is the live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. Directed by Dean DeBlois, who also created the original animated trilogy, this new version brings the beloved story to life with real actors and stunning visuals.
It's okay.
Mason Thames stars as Hiccup, a clever and inventive young Viking who defies his tribe's traditions by forming a bond with Toothless, a feared night fury dragon. Their unlikely friendship forces the island of Berk to reconsider everything it believes about dragons. The cast also includes Nico Parker as Astrid and Gerard Butler, returning to play Stoic the Vast. Whether you're a longtime fan or discovering it for the first time, this new take on How to Train Your Dragon is sure to win hearts all over again.
And because
Ready for some charm and chaos? Let's talk about Materialists, a romantic comedy landing on June 13. Directed by Celine Song, the brilliant mind behind Past Lives, this film dives into the love life of a young and ambitious matchmaker in New York City. She's great at pairing up others, but when it comes to her own heart, things get complicated. She's torn between an ideal partner and her very imperfect ex. The cast? Absolutely stacked, with Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal bringing the romance and the laughs. If you're into witty dialogue, emotional mix-ups, and stories about love that's anything but simple, Materialist might just be your next favorite rom-com.
Why does anyone even get me?
Next up, we're heading to the Wild West with the Unholy Trinity, riding into theaters on June 13. Directed by Richard Gray, this gritty Western action film brings together a powerhouse cast: Pierce Brosnan, Samuel L. Jackson, and rising star Brandon Lessard. Set in 1870s Montana, the story follows a young man who returns to his hometown to reclaim his legacy, but quickly finds himself caught between a tough sheriff trying to keep the peace and a mysterious stranger determined to tear everything apart. If you love classic Western showdowns with a modern edge, the Unholy Trinity is one to watch. It's finally happening. 28 years later is coming to theaters on June 20th. Directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland, the legendary duo behind the original, this long-awaited sequel pushes the Rage Virus saga into terrifying new territory. This time, the story follows a group of survivors on a remote island, isolated from the chaos on the mainland. But when one of them decides to return, they discover that the virus has changed, and so have the people who survived it. With a stellar cast including Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jodie Comer, Ralph Fiennes, and Jack O'Connell, this sequel promises intense horror, emotional weight, and jaw-dropping twists. If you thought the worst was over, think again.
Son, are you prepared to become the greatest war machine in the universe?
I don't know.
Hey, boys and girls, operation's happening tonight.
I'm going to get the package. A lone wolf.
Who's contributed to her creation.
I think I did it again.
And you and Katie are next.
I know how to
It's not a Christian country anymore. There's no place for the poor, the sick, the old. Everyone's out for himself.
Businessmen, politicians, gangsters.